Imagine walking into your bank one day only to find your card doesn't work. And when you ask for help, they lock your entire account for a month. No access to your own money. No respect. Just snarky remarks about your last name. Sounds infuriating, right? Well, that's exactly what happened to me. But don't worry, because the revenge I got on this bank was so savage, they had no choice but to beg me to take my money back. Plus a bonus. If you've ever dreamed of serving justice to someone who wronged you, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and get comfortable, because this is one of the most satisfying revenge stories you'll hear today. I've always believed that small local institutions, like credit unions, treat their members better than big banks. They promise personalized care, community values, and all those buzzwords. So I thought, why not trust them with some of my savings? Big mistake. The first red flag came when I tried to withdraw money at their ATM. My card wouldn't work. Confused, I walked inside the branch. The clerk looked annoyed that I even dared to interrupt her scrolling on her phone. But she sighed, punched in some numbers, and gave me a code I could use to withdraw cash directly from my account. No problem, right? Wrong. That tiny workaround was about to trigger a financial nightmare. A few days later, I noticed something strange. My card wouldn't work again. So I called customer support. After a long hold time, someone finally picked up, only to say my account had been flagged for review. Apparently, their system had made some kind of counting error. Not me, not overdrafts, not fraud. Just their mistake. And their solution? Lock my funds indefinitely. At first, I thought this would be resolved in a day or two, but days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into a full month where I couldn't access my own money. Rent? Groceries? Bills? Forget it. Every time I called, I was met with snarky, dismissive comments. One rep even chuckled and said, "Well, maybe next time don't mess with the system." Another hinted at something uglier. Perhaps if you had a more familiar name, this wouldn't look suspicious. My last name is foreign sounding. I won't spell it out here, but let's just say their tone made it very clear they didn't like it. Imagine being stranded without your money, powerless, humiliated, treated like you're a criminal just for asking to access your own account. That was me. For 30 long, exhausting days. Called my parents overseas, half venting, half begging for advice. I felt like a fool for trusting this credit union. My mom gave me the classic "be patient" line. But my younger cousin? Oh, he had other ideas. He said, "Why fight them directly? Embarrass them publicly. Hit them where it hurts." At first, I laughed. What was I supposed to do? Stand outside their branch with a cardboard sign? But then he told me about this Russian service. A website where people are paid literal pennies to spam social media with whatever message you give them. Now, I'm not proud to admit this, but desperation does funny things. The service was shockingly easy to use. For just $3, I could buy hundreds of posts, all from accounts that look convincingly American. I typed up some AI-generated complaints, stories of lost funds and terrible service, and pasted the credit union's name all over them. Then I clicked submit. Within hours, their Facebook page, Yelp reviews, and Twitter feed were drowning in negativity. This bank stole my money. Worst customer service in existence. If you value your sanity, avoid this place at all costs. And the best part? These weren't just one or two posts. They came in waves, hundreds of them. The effect was instant. By evening, their social media was in chaos. Every new post from the bank, whether it was about community events or financial tips, was instantly buried under angry comments. I could practically picture the panic in their office. The PR team scrambling, the manager pacing in circles, the higher-ups calling emergency meetings. And then my phone rang. It wasn't the usual call center rep. No, this was the call center manager himself. His voice was calm, almost too calm, like someone trying not to show they're sweating bullets. He said, "We understand your frustration. We'd like to resolve this immediately. Even if you don't wish to continue banking with us, we can initiate a transfer of your full balance, plus a $50 compensation, into any account you choose." After weeks of being treated like dirt, suddenly they were bending over backward. I didn't even have to argue. They were begging. Here's the cherry on top. They knew. They had to know I was behind the flood of posts. But they couldn't prove it. Not a single digital breadcrumb led back to me. So, instead of fighting, they waved the white flag. They just wanted the nightmare to stop. Too bad I had no way to call off the bots. The spam would keep coming. That, my friends, was now their problem. As for me, I walked away with my money, a little extra cash in my pocket, and the satisfaction of knowing that a credit union that mocked me, froze me out, and disrespected my name got exactly what it deserved. Picture it, a smug bank that thought they could hold my money hostage, that thought they could talk down to me because of my last name, that thought I was powerless. And all it took was $3 and a cousin's idea to bring their shiny public image crashing down. When they realized their reputation was burning faster than they could put out the flames, they caved. They paid. They begged. And I walked away victorious. You know, there's a lesson here. When people are denied fairness, when they're mocked and dismissed, they don't just forget. They remember. They adapt. And sometimes the smallest act of revenge, the tiniest push, can topple the biggest wall. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and tell us in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen? Don't forget to subscribe for more stories of karma, justice, and sweet, sweet payback.